Alright, so I am pulled over here on the side of highway number 9 between Black Mountain and Lake Lure. I have pulled over to set up my camera, which was supposed to be my action camera. But of course, I didn't check all my stuff and I don't have it with me. So today is on cell phone. Cell phone duty. We're going to do a light adjustment. Hopefully that works out. Alright, I am driving my 2017 Mustang GT Premium Performance Pack with the 401 package option with navigation and a million speakers. This sound system sounds amazing. I love this car. I've had it for almost, or I guess it's a little over 2.5 years. I have recently decided that I would like to try something else, and yesterday I went and test drove a 2018 BMW M2 with the DCT transmission, which is paddle shifters and automatic, basically. It was pretty freaking fantastic. My other car that I test drove yesterday was the Shelby GT. It was a 2018 model, base with the Recaro seats. I think it did have an added navigation. My current Mustang GT has these premium heated and cooled leather seats I absolutely adore. My next car is not going to be a race car. It's not for the track. It's going to be my sweet daily. So I'm kind of looking forward to at least heated seats, which the BMW did have and the GT350 can come with. So, with those two latest test drives in my brain, I decided I better get back out on this beautiful Sunday afternoon with my GT and give it, quote-unquote, another test drive. I'm cresting the Eastern Continental Divide right now, elevation 3,028 feet. We getting high, bitches. And need, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so immediately I noticed that this car is slightly floatier, a little bumpier. It doesn't seem to translate into the handling, but it makes me a little more unsure of the car. When I was driving the M2, there was absolutely no fear, plenty of room all over the road for the car. I wasn't worried about running white line to yellow line. And the automatic transmission was freaking amazing. That DCT, that double clutch transmission, I just couldn't even tell. It responded how I wanted it to, when I wanted it to, and then there was multiple modes that I could have went for. So I was really impressed. Obviously I'm driving a manual. The Shelby GT350 would also be a manual. I love it. I love rowing gears. Coming up on this turn, I know I'm going to need to downshift into third. I'm making the apex, giving it a little gas to rev match into that third gear. That's a whole lot of thinking. I didn't have as much brain capacity to be concentrating on my driving line. If I had just been able to be paddle pushing or not even thinking about it, I might have been able to go a little bit faster and a little bit more precise and less risky, less chance of oversteer or understeer. So I really like that DCT transmission. The idea of not having to worry about switching gears is kind of exciting to me. I am currently on my Michelin all-season, their Michelin Pilot Sport all-season 3+, and the OE standard fitment. I have been running this car. This car has so much torque. It gets in this weird, like, jerky torque jump if you're not on the gas or off the gas. It's kind of weird. So this past year in the summertime, I've been running this car with Michelin's PS4S and a square 295 setup. Boy, was that fucking delicious. That was just enough meat to make it feel so good on these mountain roads. It wasn't quite enough grip or traction at my local autocrosses. The PS4S is a 300 tread wear, and everybody there is wearing sticky 200 tread wear. So 175 rear. It's not enough to get the power down. Oh, and did I mention that this car has a power pack on it? Yes, I went out and bought a brand new Mustang GT and threw on a Ford Performance Power Pack 2, which gave me 35 more horsepower, 25 more foot-pounds of torque, and it just goes. I love you. I swear I love this car. So, what's the problem? Why do I need a new car? Need is a funny word. Funny word. Did I really need a car to begin with? I'm a house mom. I actually don't leave the house very often throughout the week. I go on the weekends or I go in the afternoon with my husband and the rest of my family. So I don't necessarily need a car. But for my personal sanity, I absolutely need a car. And it absolutely needs to be a sporty car. Alright. Just a couple notes from yesterday's test drives. I went to the BMW dealership first. I was hoping to rule out the BMW M2. I was not expecting to love it. But I did. I thought it was fantastic. It was nimble, small, and inside just absolutely felt luxurious. And when I bought this Mustang GT, I really overlooked a lot of Ford's luxuriousness, I should say. Granted, I bought this car as rigged out as I could. Excuse me. Choking. I need some water. Alright. Here we go. Okay. Alright, so yesterday I went to the BMW dealership first, hoping to rule out the M2 as a possible option. You may ask, why would I want to rule out the BMW M2? Well, I actually came from BMWs. I've had many moments on the side of the road. There's a lot of boring stuff that you don't want to hear about, but since I've owned this American-made vehicle, I've had a much better experience all around. Just driving it, being around fellow drivers on the road, my experience with law enforcement officers. So, this American blue-collar sports car gets a little bit different treatment than the car with the roundel. And it's sad, but it's true. So, went to BMW first. Getting into the M2, I really... I came to realize how much I had overlooked that luxury that BMW puts inside of their cars, especially their M cars. This Mustang has leather seats. It's very nice. It has leather inserts on the door panels. It's very nice. It has machine tool trim across the dash. It's very nice. It is still not the level of a BMW's interior. And that was ridiculously apparent when I left the BMW dealership, got to the Ford dealership, opened up that GT350 and climbed in. Just the sound of the door shutting. I could tell instantly. I could just tell such a difference. It just felt hollow. It felt not special. So that was a big deal. The steering wheel on the M2 was very big, very round, very soft leather. It had the bulges at 10 and 2. It had M color stitching, obviously, with the M. But the GT350 wheel is wrapped in Alcantara. It's not quite as girthy, not quite as thick. It has some nice bulges at the 10 and 2. This Mustang GT wheel is a leather. It is not the smooth leather like on the M2. It is definitely feels like a knockoff leather, just to put it personally. but it's very comfortable. It has nice slight bulges at the 10 and 2. I do wish they were a little more aggressive. I probably would enjoy that more. I'm really enjoying this driving experience. It's really hard to say that I need more than this. I'm driving head on into the sun, and I'm just not scared. I know this car very well. It has a lot of torque at weird places. Not weird, I shouldn't say weird. It's obvious places on a car that has low-end torque. Like, you don't want to put your foot in it halfway into the corner. You want to wait till you're definitely past the apex. Unless maybe you fudged it a little bit and you're using some throttle steer. So, I can't see anything. Playing with the gear shifter. That's really a big decision for me. Like, do I want to walk away from a manual? I think it is a bragging point. Yes, my car is a manual. In the day where actually many new adults don't know how to drive a manual, it's kind of a dying knowledge. It makes sense though, because the DCT transmission is smarter than me, is better than me, and it was pretty freaking fun. So I can't say that. I just really like that idea. I'm whispering because I am slightly embarrassed. As a driving enthusiast, I should be brandishing Save the Manuals on my paid-for advertised t-shirt, but I'm not. I'm like, give me DCT. Give me PDK. I've never tried PDK, which is Porsche's dual clutch. I believe it is dual clutch transmission. So driving this car, I'm comfortable with it. It's mine. I own it, basically. I've driven this road a lot. I'm very comfortable on this road. Nobody's with me. I don't have a salesman that I don't know with me, which can add just a little bit of weird pressure. So I'm a little more relaxed. I'm a little more enjoying the drive, I should say, just based on those factors alone. I will say that this GT is more enjoyable for me to be driving than the Shelby GT350 that I test drove yesterday at any point. And I did get to drive it on a curvy road. I did get to get into it. The motor gets revving. I mean, not like crazy quick. It builds pretty nicely in the revs, even when you have your foot in it. But it starts getting so loud, and it sounds so violent. And you really think you're about to blow your engine up, and you look down and you're only at 4,000 RPM. And, you know, you're looking down, you're halfway into, like, the upshift going, dang it, I had 39 more 100 RPMs to go. Like, to walk off the lot with a car for a few years, and after the few years are up, you bring it back, and you don't care what it's worth, and you get to drop another down payment on the new sweet new and leave. Like you have no qualms with the car anymore, whether it had been wrecked or it had been fixed. As long as you're leasing, it's not your problem. It is your problem to get things repaired and fixed and stuff, but you're not going to be obligated to reimburse or take a loss on the value of the vehicle just because there's an accident. And even at the end of the lease, you have the option to buy the car at the price you were going to go buy a new one, or not a new one, but a used one. So this is actually, you can see that, this is where the huge landslide happened here on number 9 earlier this year, or not this year, it's earlier in 2018, I believe it was May or June, maybe even July. Anybody needs a bathroom? Do not, let's keep it going. Huge. I did not, does not look this big on Google Maps. So it was really, really big. Well, one last time, anybody use a bathroom? No? Okay, we're gonna keep going. So my monthly payments on this car are less than what lease payments on the M2 would be. Is it worth spending that much more a month for an M2? And that's really what I'm trying to decide. Whoa, GMC. With this quote unquote test drive with my own car. I've been in it for about 15 minutes now. I've gone over the mountain from Black Mountain, North Carolina. I'm down here into, what is this? Is this Bat Cave? I think I might, no. Yeah, this is Bat Cave. Yes, people, the Bat Cave is real. And I live right next to it. Batman, what's up, man? He and I chill all the time. Anyway. So, great brakes. I think that might be the one thing that was kind of lacking on the M2 that I drove. It also had Continental Conti Sport 3s on it, which is not like... I'm a Michelin girl, let's just put it that way. So, even though I know that the M2 is developed with the Continentals on it, I don't know. Save that for another day. I'm speeding through here just to feel the curves. The car just feels so good. I'm gonna slow it on down, putt and speed, because I think all 3 cars that I've driven in the last 2 days, the GT350, the M2, and this Mustang GT that I've gotten modifications on, I think all driven closer to their limit of performance. They're all wonderful street cars, except for that GT350. I just don't think it's a great street car. I think it's sick. I think it's badass. I think it's like, do your nuts hang low? Do they swallow to roll? I think it's like one of those just badass cars. I just did not like driving it around town. It felt less powerful than this. If you put your foot down, you did not get this. There was none of that in the GT350. I assure you, that did not happen. You would get, that's about what it was. And it would build, and it would build, and it would just keep building, and it was good, but it wasn't fucking instant. It was just not instant torque like this car is. Hey, baby. Instant. Like, just every bit of fucking instant. Love this car. This is on my fucking all seasons. Are you kidding me? Oh, I do love this goddamn car. Now, I will say, every time I did that in the M2, I got the same reaction out of myself. I wish I had been able to video it, and I think we are going to try to reschedule another test drive, get back out there, especially with just my husband and I, and take it out for a couple hours, really see if that's what we want. But I will say, every time I put my foot into it and started going around corners in the M2, I was just like, woo, having a good time. And then just a flip of the paddle was an upshift. I didn't have to worry about if I was in the middle of the turn, or worry about if there was a hump or anything like that. This car does do weight shifting pretty good. I think it could be better. It's a big old girl. She's 3,800 pounds. Even though my Mustang's a he. Hank. So, that's gonna be hard, y'all. That's a sweet Scion. Sweet. I did like it. I'm not joking. Oh, sweet. It's a C4 Corvette. It's backing up into the road, man. $10. He's got jean shorts and white tennis shoes on. But it's really hard to give this car up. Other than it just keeps losing value. It's going to continue to lose value. It's never going to stop losing value. Oh my God, that sound though. Am I not right? Am I crazy at that? It's like you can't get your picture taken there anymore, Hank. So, we're driving through Lake Lure, Chimney Rock area. Look, it's another Lightning Blue GT right there. That was a 2018. That was a Hellcat. Hercat. I don't know who that is. See, and if I was looking at M2, would it even be as cool? Would it even be as cool? Look, it's a Focus RS. Everybody is in Lake Lure right now. Like crazy awesome. Hello, everybody. There's the Popo. Cruising along. Gonna get cooling off. Kia. Not into the Kia. Stinger, I guess, is the... Please don't start backing up. Thank you. Everybody is still looking at me in this car. That's like the weirdest part. You're good, man. You gotta try to rear in that car. Could have backed on out. I'd have let you. It's cool. Let's go. You going? Are you not going? Okay, you're not going. You're in the road. So, I do have a C4 Corvette behind me, so that could be what people are looking at, but I don't think so. There's Mustang people. It's gonna be stupid hard to give up this car. I think I can't do it. People just look at it. I look at it. I think it's gorgeous. I think I should put an exhaust on it. I think that's gonna like give me that little bit of extra that I want. I don't know. I like that BMW. I did. I sure did. Drove a BMW. So at which time I'm going to turn on my heated seats. We got 3 levels of heat. We're going to cut it down to 2 bars. We don't need sweating. we're getting a little chilly. Have my inside dual temperature zone now set to 75. Coming around Lake Lure. So, it's just a lot to think about. I really love this car, and I don't know if it would be worth spending that much more a month right now, or waiting, or never doing it, because I just love this car. I'm gonna have to spend more time. I'm gonna have to take that into for another test drive. Like, take both of my cars for a test. That's probably what I should do. I'm a genius. Alright, thanks for riding with me. Thanks for watching. And if you think you have a better opinion about what I'm driving, what I should be driving, feel free to let me know. Don't get mad if I don't